Making a video game isn't just a journey, it's a series of journeys. And along the process of making a video game, you're going to find yourself on many winding paths. You'll probably get hit, bit, and probably quit. But the good thing is, you'll double click, start over again, and now you're right back on the path. And then, when you finally complete that first leg of the journey, the starting the game part, you'll see it. Sprawling before you is this grand mountain called completing the game. Unfortunately for me, this is usually where I go back to camp. Change clothes, in game dev terms, change projects, then start the first leg of the journey all over again. But not this time. I'm wearing the exact clothes I need to, all my tools are in my backpack, and more importantly, I have a clear vision on what I need to achieve. So here I am, standing in front of Completion Mountain. I don't even care where camp is anymore. I'm about to climb this mountain and leap off the top to the other side.
I'm Rollo! Yeah! Woohoo!
Oh, hey there.
It's RC Cody's out.
But you can call me Rob. And like I alluded to in the intro, I'm finishing a game. Moreover, I'm finishing a game called Rollo Go. But why though? Why am I finishing a game? Why am I finishing a game now? More importantly, why is the act of me finishing a game something anyone should care about? So many whys. But before we get into any more whys, let's get the who right on out of the way. Hi, I'm Rob, and I'm gonna finish making a video game. That's it. That's the tweet. I'm not a career game developer. I'm not a game design guru. I'm not an astonishing artist. I'm not even some kind of technical wizard programmer. I'm just a person making a game. And to be honest, that's all anyone needs to be in order to do this stuff. And that leads me to my first why. I'm finishing a video game first and foremost because little boy Rob always dreamed of making video games. And I feel like I owe us the fulfillment of that dream. Not to mention, I have been designing video games since before I even had a computer. I will tell you, I designed my first video game in a notebook just like this. Well, not quite like this, but this is pretty nice. But yes, my first video game was designed in a notebook. Quick sidebar, can someone please let me know how important they are to the game dev journey? The moment I graduated from loose leaf paper and a binder to my first 5-star for game design, that was a pivotal moment for me. I don't know, don't get me wrong, I have all my digital tools for staying organized, but there's just something about writing stuff down that connects a dream to reality. And me has been right there since the beginning. This is like a 5-star advance, so it's like the best thing ever. But yeah, man, I am sorry to get sidetracked. Yeah, I've always told people the most relatable part of mathematics is the tangent. But anyway, back to business. Notebook side story aside, video games, making video games is the desire that has stuck with me since I was a child. I've always wanted to make games. I want to make menus. I want to make combo systems. I want to make sound effects. Like everything involving game development, I've always seen it as this pathway for me to just get these creative juices out. But earlier on in life, I used to beat myself up because I didn't have this super poetic reason for wanting to make games. I just wanted to make games. Now it's taken me longer than I would care to admit, but I did come to a conclusion. You can make fun games just because you want to. Full stop. You don't have to make games that have to be this intellectually transformative, time transcendent, spiritually connective piece of media that echoes throughout the history and answers as many questions as it asks for generations to come. I mean, you can, but you don't have to. You can make a fun game because games are fun, and you think it's fun to make a thing that's fun. That's it. Blew my mind, but took me way longer than I care to admit to come to that conclusion. But I'm so glad I did. Which brings me to my next why. Christmas 2020, I was affected by what I like to call Equalizer C19. Like so many other people across the country at that time. I can just remember walking around my home, kind of grabbing wall to wall, just hoping that my breathing complications would simplify. You know, the only thought I had was, if my story ends here, what was it about? You know, herein lies Rollo. He went to work every day until he didn't. Nah. Nope. Nada. Nope. Nah. I was not gonna let that be the sum total of my story. The Song of Rollo has to have more verses than that. You know, the one thing that whole ordeal kind of imprinted on my soul was the right time is right now. There will always be a better time to do it. There will always be a worse time to do it. There will always be better conditions to do it in. Always be worse conditions to do it in. There are things that you can control. There are things you can't control. But for me, the one constant was me. So, with that being said, that's why I'm here now. Finishing, making a game. I have to. Okay, and before we move on to the final why, a little announcement. Last week on Twitter X, I made a post in celebration of Game Maker changing their policy to no subscription for non-commercial projects and a one-time fee for commercial projects. I pledged to sponsor 2 professional licenses for Game Maker Studio. This is going to make the onboarding process, the jumping off point for game development, so much easier for so many people. And Game Maker is really awesome for doing this. So I had to do my part and sponsor the 2 professional licenses. I'll list the winners here at some point, and winners, I will be getting in contact with you on Twitter X very soon so we can get you up, running, and game making. But wait, that's not all. A generous supporter of mine, he saw what I was doing and he gave me a task. Get that post to 10,000 views and I'll sponsor some Procreate Dream codes. Well, thankfully, Monday morning, we crossed the threshold. So now I'll have a new giveaway. Hop in the comments and tell me why you love games, why you want to make games, why you're making a game. Just tell me something about games and you'll be entered to win one of those Procreate Dreams codes. For those of you that don't know, Procreate Dreams is the new animation app for iPad from the people that made Procreate, of course. I made my own 1-second monstrosity using Dreams. I won't show it here because I don't want to frighten you all, but you know, I might show it.
Flippity.
But yeah, super fun to use, super easy to use. I think anyone who gets a copy of this when I do this giveaway, they're gonna love it. But pardon me for saying but it's so much going on right now. It has been truly a joy sharing all my game dev whys with you all. It really has been a joy to me. And to keep that joy rolling, I have to ask you, do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing so you can always be here, never miss what I have going on, never miss Go Rollo news, and never miss giveaway news. And plus just to hear my beautiful voice. But yeah, so do the like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll be right here. But with all that being said, let's get to the last why. Which brings me to my final why. Why should anyone care? Well, that reason has to be solely up to you. But here's a few suggestions. You could care because you're curious about how games are made. You can care because you're just like games in general. You can care because you want to see if I can actually finish this thing. You can even care because you're bored today. But most importantly, you can care because you can. But as for me, I care about finishing this game because I really want to see my ideas out there in the world. I care because I want to see if you all can have just as much fun with this thing as I do. I care because I really want to share Rollo with the world. I care because, honestly, game development has been such a point of positivity in my life, even so far as allowing me to do stuff for other people. Like, it's important to me. But lastly, I care because finishing a video game would be the realization of a lifelong dream of mine. And that right there is important enough for me to share it with the world. I'll see you all in the next one. Later days.
I'm Rollo. Go, Rollo, go!